Hey, what is going on, bulls and bears? It's time to talk about the gas stimulus checks. Now, some people think this is a great idea. Other people like me think this is a very, very bad idea. Now, first of all, yes, I've got an owie. It's not a zit. Yeah, I said the word owie. I've got kids, so I call them owies. I was actually cutting. Do you guys remember the episode I did at the end of my driveway where I showed you some of the hangouts, the spot where some of the homeless people were hanging out? Well, some of you on this channel in comments gave me an idea, and that's cut down all the branches or some of the branches so where it's not so private. That way, the homeless people would not want to hang out back there. Now, they're not always there, but occasionally I do walk to the end of the driveway and find some uninvited guests. Now, technically, it's not my property, but it is the end of my driveway. So I went ahead and cut some branches down and got kind of a cut there. But I'll let you know if it works or if the individuals come back and still want to hang out at the end of my driveway. All right, well, let's talk about gas stimulus checks. Now, on one hand, you may be saying, wow, this is great. We'll have more money to buy gas and it'll help my monthly budget and my household finances will look a little bit better since my gas expenses will be less. On the other hand, this is a warning sign. It's a warning sign that gas prices are likely not going to come down anytime soon. They're talking about introducing stimulus checks through the end of the year. So obviously this is not transitory with these high gas prices, just like everything else that we saw go up in price was not transitory. So this, in my opinion, can also be looked at as a sign of bad things to come, as a sign of higher prices here to stay, unfortunately. But let's talk about the what's being introduced here with this gas stimulus check. Now, this proposal would give $100 per month per person to until the end of the year 2022 for as long as gas prices remain $4 a gallon or higher on the national average. Now, my question is, if stimulus checks were the answer, why do people need stimulus checks now? If the stimulus checks in 2020 and some in 2021 were the answer, why are we still talking about stimulus checks today? After all, the unemployment rate is at a multi-decade low, right? It's not the lowest that it's been, but it's definitely very low. It's very low looking back over the past few decades. We know the truth about that number, though. But if what they're saying is true, if the economy is doing so well, if the unemployment rate is so low, then why do we need stimulus checks? And if we need stimulus checks because of high gas prices, what about everything else that we're seeing high prices in? High rent prices. Are we going to have stimulus checks for high rents? High food prices. Are we going to have stimulus checks for high food prices? You see where I'm going here? So this can go on and on and on. The cost of rental cars is going up. The cost of automobiles are going up. Where's the stimulus checks for those? All right, and I'm not saying that they should do stimulus checks for these. I'm just saying that this is not the answer. But you know who's likely laughing all the way to the bank? It's the oil companies. The oil companies know that if people are going to use these checks to buy gas, then that's more money for them. And guess what? They don't have to lower their prices because the demand will increase with these stimulus checks. So why lower the prices? There's no incentive now for them to lower the prices. So maybe the prices will go up even more than what you would save with the stimulus check or how much you'll get back. So what if gas prices rise and the average household now has to spend $200, $300, $400 or more for gas when they're only getting $100 per person stimulus checks? You see what I'm getting at here? So this is why these types of programs never work. That's why all the payout handout programs that we've seen over the many decades have not worked, and we've only seen poverty increase. We've seen people get further and further and further into debt. So yes, if the stimulus checks were the answer, there would be no problem right now. We wouldn't even need to be talking about stimulus checks, but we're still talking about it because none of the long-term solutions, none of the big picture solutions are being looked at or definitely not being fixed. Now here's how ridiculous this is. In California, we can get up to an $800 credit in gas tax refunds to fight these high fuel prices. All right, folks, how ridiculous is this? First, we have to pay these gas taxes. Now they're saying we need gas refunds because the prices are too high. Well, one of the reasons the prices are too high is because of the gas taxes. And this is only going to increase demand for fuel. So imagine how many people now that really don't need the gas refund or don't need the gas rebate checks, how many people now are going to spend that extra money, that extra gas money, just doing things that they wouldn't do normally. More people taking trips, vacations, because now it's free, right? The gas is free, so you might as well take extra trips, extra vacations. So it's going to be more demand, and it's going to lead to higher prices, and it's going to lead to sustained higher prices, prolonged higher prices down the road, in my opinion. Please let me know what you think about this. Are you happy to get this? Or do you think this is an indicator of bigger problems down the road and also could lead to bigger problems not down the road? Not just an indicator, but a cause of bigger problems down the road. So with bigger demand now, with more people out buying gas that normally wouldn't have bought this gas, more profits for oil companies, less incentive to lower prices because demand is still strong. Even as people go broke, demand will still be strong because of this. Now, some people will say just pump more oil and that'll be the solution. We have problems with that also. We have the pollution that goes along with it. Look at the oil spills. Yes, at some point we need to get off of fossil fuels and start going towards clean energy, but clean energy is not enough right now to power everything that needs to be powered. And look how slow the renewable energy process is moving. We should have multiple factories in each state making solar panels. Why is that not happening? So do they really want to fix the problem, or do they want to paper over the problem? Do they want to put a band-aid on a broken leg? That way the oil companies can still make their money. Let me know what you think again, please, about this. But that's what I think. I think there's still a profit motive behind it. And I think a lot of these people putting these policies forward are also getting paid on the back end. I think that's how it works. And again, please let me know down in the comments if I'm right, what you agree with, what you disagree with. Either way, thank you very much for being here. Really appreciate it. Continue to ride the bull, prepare for the bear. Hope you guys are doing well right now, guys and girls. And hope you're making enough here, investing, working to keep up with these rising costs, because it looks to me like they're here to stay and likely to go higher. We did see a dip down in the oil price. It's actually gone back up. So we're going to see how it goes. We haven't even gotten to summer yet. And that's typically the time for the highest gas prices is in the summer, because demand is so much stronger in the summer. But now with stimulus checks, if we do get these sent out, demand is going to be even especially strong. So who knows? We could see a $5-6 national average gas price before this is done. It's not looking too good for people on a budget. So keep stacking, people. Keep preparing. Bye for now. Peace.